Bart, welcome to your first episode of East Bank Weekly. It's a pleasure to have you in front of the camera. First of all, could you give us a bit of a commercial update?
Yeah, of course. My first East Bank Weekly. I wonder how this video will go down, Henry. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for me to inform the fans of exactly what we've done and what we're looking for in terms of some commercial opportunities for some supporters or some companies out there that might be able to help us. And I'm pleased to say that we're doing okay. We've got one match left to be sponsored, which is the Barnet game on the 28th, out of all 23 league fixtures, and only 5 ball sponsorships left with various games. I won't list them all, but if any of those would interest our listeners, I'd be happy to hear from them through the normal channels on my email address, or they can ring me up. And to have that done in before November is I think some achievement. Still 1 or 2 boards and banners around the outside, only a couple, and 1 large mesh banner. And we're always looking at introducing new companies, so they might just want to pop along and have a table in the EBB lounge. It's always a challenge, and obviously when the team is in the bottom half of the table, things are generally a little bit harder, but that sometimes does bring out the good in people. There are a lot of fans out there who recognise that it's tough and actually then come forward to help. But I'm pleased to say, as we approach November the 1st, that we're on course to hit the targets that are set me every year, and obviously I have to answer to those.
We spoke about targets before we started filming. We spoke about all the different departments that we feel are starting to grow and really start to become a well-known figure around the club. Something in particular we spoke about was the foundation. I know that's something you wanted to sort of mention during your time here as well. Yeah,
in the past, what we've done, Henry, we've kind of had individual targets. The foundation has gone through quite a big transition as well. We had Kirk left, and it took us a while to get the foundation up and running, but between the 2 Johns now seem to be really coming good. And I think we need some targets alongside, and it's going to come alongside this potential vision, mission statement, 5-year plan that the club is going to try and release on the fans forum. But just to touch on it, what we want to include is, I have a simple figures target to hit, but the longevity of the club and the legacy that we really need to leave is we need to try and increase the fan base. And I think that that's just been a natural thing that's happened. If we've been a bit more successful, we've had a few more fans, and if we've been less successful, our fans drop off. So we're now looking at ways of introducing a really good season ticket deal, a referral system that you might even get further discounts if you refer someone to obtain a season ticket. And we want to work with the foundation in the schools to get more under 11s actually register and almost have a shots card so that they can come. And we are toying with the idea at the moment, but we're looking at ways that we can increase our fan base by 100 every year. I think that that's a fair target. So people know that we get £1,000 more if we were winning, £1,000 people more if we were winning. But reality is that our hardcore fans are around about 1,400 if it's not going so well, and 1,800 if it's average. We need to set a new target of trying to make that fan base 2,500, and then we still get the extra 1,000 when we're winning. No football club wins every single season, so we need to try and up the fan base. And I just think there's some things going on behind the scenes which we will announce as they become concrete, about how we can get new young supporters into the club. And I want the fans to buy into that, especially in the referral system. So if we can reward a season ticket holder by, for example, giving him a further discount because he's got someone to come along and buy a season ticket, then that's great. And the other thing we've got to capitalise on, and even though it's good, I don't think we've done it enough, is the under 11s go free. I just don't think enough people in the town know it and use it, and that's something we need to work on.
Because we are looking to do more commercial campaigns in the future, it's like our Pay What You Want campaign recently, seemed to go down relatively well, I think, with most fans, but just wanted to get your thoughts now the sort of dust is cleared over that.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked about the Pay What You Want. So The end result first. The end result was that financially we didn't lose out, so that was really, really positive. We took a comparison over the Wrexham Saturday game and the Barrow Saturday game. In both instances, we were slightly up on those games. Wrexham a little bit more so. I was slightly disappointed that when you can pay £2.50, we didn't get 3,000 people at the EBB Stadium. So that was the downside. But the positive was that we didn't lose any money financially. I had a couple of season ticket holders that said to me they felt a little bit aggrieved, and I get that. We value our season ticket holders. I just want to reassure them it's not undermining them at all. It's if they're a season ticket holder and they love this club. The whole scheme was about trying to get more people to come in. A couple of stats, which is why we're realising about the fan base. And I know that they wouldn't have all paid full price, but if everyone that booked online had paid full price, the club would have received about an extra 10 grand on the game. Now, I know it's a little bit pie in the sky, but if you had 10 grand extra every game, you're talking about £250,000. And that's a game changer. That changes everything for us. It probably wipes out any issues with any debt, and then the second year you could potentially give the manager more money on stuff like this. I'm not sure about, don't quote me with the debt figures. I'm pointing out that £250,000 coming in additionally is a game-changing amount of money, which then led us on to, so even though we've gone a little bit in reverse, led us on to some ways of making sure that we get more people through the gate. That, however, is a challenge that has been faced with Aldershot Football Club for 30 odd years, maybe longer, 40 years. But I think we've got people in place now that are going to really try and tackle it. It's a bit of a thankless job because you don't know if it works. If we get 1,800 people on Saturday, is that a result of pay what you want? We won't know. Sometimes the results can't be seen, but we have to try and do something to increase the fan base.
And you mentioned those sort of things we've tried to do, our Pay What You Want campaign. There was several videos sort of tried to promote the campaign as well. Our recent videos have also come in for a bit of discussion with fans, and I know you had a bit of an opinion on that. If you want to share that with us.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I don't really want to. I've had some issues recently with some social media people, and in fairness to those people, they are passionate about the club, and you can't fault their support, and we have a difference of opinion, and I'm not going to stand here and say that my opinion is better than theirs. Everyone has an opinion on the game, and I don't have an issue with that. If I go down the local pub and watch Man United versus Liverpool, I will have an opinion on the left back who played well, and the centre forward who got 2 goals, and the centre forward who missed goals. So opinions about the game are fine. I just feel that sometimes we're not together, and that hurts me because everyone at the football club is trying to be together. To answer your question about the videos, we've had more and more content go out. It's been hilarious and funny, and credit to you both, Connor and Henry. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's done on the players' own time. It's after training, and I just feel that it can get you down when all we read is, or not all, when we do read that some of the content, why are we bothering doing that? Why are we bothering doing this? You want information. The East Bank Weekly is about giving you information. You don't have to agree with everything that we say and do, but we're on a journey. We're going to start a new journey. We're going to start this vision in the next few weeks. We're going to try and give the fans something to join with us on the journey is the word, and we get from A to B in a period of time, and let's hope that we can all do that.
Because you can expect fans frustrated, given the way things are going on the pitch as well, but when we don't do well and the club don't do well on the football pitch, it hurts us as staff members as well. I think that's what a few fans maybe don't realise as much.
Yeah, I think that's where a little bit of an us and them comes into it, and I do understand that. I do actually get all the frustrations of the fans. This club has been a Football League club. I want it to be in the Football League, and I think everybody here wants it to be in the Football League. And do you know what? From the outside, I think at times it can probably look like we are just bobbling along. We are just keeping our head above water, and there are times when we are actually doing that. So that again, and I've alluded to it, we're trying to create this mission statement, this vision about where we might be in 5 years' time, and the three fundamental things that we're trying to get to are debt-free, a new stadium, and Football League status. So if, when that presentation's done, the fans look at it, if they can buy into it, that would be great. If they could see what the football club is trying to do. I think if they can throw anything at us at the moment, is that it can be that we might be stagnating, that we're not going anywhere, that we're not doing anything. And I think that we've accepted that that is a fair criticism, and we're now trying to show them where we want to go, and we're desperate to have them on board. We don't want a situation where it continually seems to be we're over here. I was a fan of this football club. I've done the whole journey with it. I was a fan, I played, and now I'm here now. So I know no one wants this football club to win any more than me, or as much as me. We're all the same, we're all in it together. And I think that if we that's important to us. So I've actually listened to what people said, and in fairness the chairman has, in fairness the manager has, and the foundation, and we're trying to put something together that at least the people can see where we're going and what we are trying to achieve.